Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take your carefully curated sources, pull them apart, and really find those golden nuggets of knowledge for you, often with a bit of a surprising twist.
That's the goal.
And today we're plunging into a really intriguing article, Notes on Photography, Part 204, The Gearhead Photographer by Ang. It's a piece that kind of flips the script on how we often think about photography, challenging that old debate. Art versus mechanics.
Right, that constant tension.
So our mission today is, well, to uncover what it truly means to be a gearhead photographer. We want to appreciate the perhaps overlooked value of technical mastery and understand how this perspective shapes not just, say, our equipment choices, but maybe even our very definition of what makes a good photograph.
It really gets to the heart of it.
This deep dive asks a pretty fundamental question, I think. Can the love of a tool's engineering be an art form in itself, or, at least a crucial part of it?
It's a fantastic starting point for questioning our own assumptions, really. This article, it encourages us to look beyond the surface.
Definitely.
To explore how an appreciation for the engineering, the ingenuity in our equipment, well, it can be its own profound form of artistic expression.
Right.
And maybe more importantly, it makes us confront why even those of us who might, scoff at the label gearhead are probably more influenced by technical specifications than we consciously realize.
Yeah.
It just opens up a whole new way of engaging with our creative tools.
Okay, let's unpack this core concept then. The gearhead photographer. The source paints this picture, someone who might find more joy in a camera's mechanics than the art of a photograph. Now, that could sound like a bit of a dig, couldn't it? Almost a criticism, like, oh, they're missing the point of photography. What's your initial feel on that perception?
Well, that's a common perception, absolutely. Yeah. And it's one that I think, unfortunately, sets up a false dichotomy. We tend to separate the artist from the technician, right? As if their interests are mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
But what's truly fascinating here is the author, Ang's, belief that a technical understanding of your equipment is equally important to the art itself.
Equally important. Okay.
It suggests that these two aspects aren't just intertwined. For the gearhead, they are the same path to appreciation. It's not about mechanics instead of art.
I see.
But mechanics as a form of art. I mean, think of like a master watchmaker.
Okay.
Their art isn't just telling time. It's the intricate dance of the gears, the precision, the sheer elegance of the mechanism itself. The tool isn't just a means to an end, it is the expression.
That's a powerful reframing. Okay, so if their joy is rooted in the mechanics, and they see that as an artistic expression, what then becomes their primary subject? Because for most photographers, it's a landscape, a portrait, a moment. If the gear itself is the art, what are they actually capturing?
Precisely. And the source explicitly states their main subject is the camera and lenses themselves.
The gear itself.
Yeah, it's a celebration of design, precision, capability. Their appreciation for the engineering behind photography is, as the article puts it, another form of artistic expression. This truly shifts our traditional lens, so to speak, on what we commonly consider art. They might spend hours just admiring the machining of a lens barrel, or the satisfying click of an aperture ring, or the ingenious path light takes through some complex optical formula. Their passion lies in the how and the what enables it, not just the what comes out at the end.
I find that incredibly insightful. It means they're evaluating photography from a fundamentally different perspective.
Totally.
Which leads to the next crucial question. How do they define good photography? If it's not purely about, say, emotional impact or subjective beauty, what are the criteria for success in their world?
Right. Well, for this type of photographer, good photography is often defined by technical perfection and the masterful use of equipment, rather than emotional or artistic impact.
Okay, technical perfection.
Now, this doesn't mean they're emotionless. It means the technical achievement itself is the source of their emotional resonance.
Okay. The achievement is the feeling.
Exactly. The perfect sharpness, the total absence of distortion, the flawless exposure, these become the hallmarks of a truly great image for them. It's about pushing the equipment to its absolute limits,
right,
demonstrating its capabilities, and showcasing the incredible skill required to wield it properly. And this raises an important question for you, the listener. When you create or admire photographs, where do your own leanings lie?
Yeah.
Do you prioritize that absolute technical prowess, the sharpness, the perfect exposure, the clinical detail? Or is it the raw emotion, the storytelling, the artistic vision that truly captivates you, even if it means maybe sacrificing a bit of technical perfection?
That's a great question. It's a fascinating spectrum to consider, isn't it?
It really is.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me because even if you don't identify as a gearhead in that classic sense,
Hmm.
Eng's article suggests that the vast majority of us are heavily influenced by technical specifications when evaluating camera gear, even if we're not conscious of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know I've definitely found myself comparing numbers, you know, megapixel counts, aperture ranges, ISO performance,
Yeah.
even when I tell myself, oh, I'm just looking for something that feels right.
We all do it.
It's almost like a security blanket in this sea of choices we have now.
It's just baked into how we deal with technology across so many fields, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, technical specifications provide these, well, quantifiable ways to compare and reassure our choice.
Quantifiable, yeah.
Think about it. Without those metrics, how would you objectively weigh one piece of equipment against another beyond just the price tag or maybe gut feeling?
True.
From smartphones to cars to kitchen appliances, those numbers, processor speed, horsepower, wattage, they're marketing tools, sure, but they also provide a kind of universal language of performance.
A common ground.
Exactly. They give us a sense of control, maybe an illusion of informed decision-making, even if we don't fully understand the deep engineering behind it all. It's that FOMO, fear of missing out on the better spec, playing out in how we buy things.
Absolutely. It's like we need those numbers, maybe even subconsciously, just to validate a purchase or even just to understand a tool's potential.
Mm.
We want to know the tool can deliver, even if our ultimate goal is maybe a beautiful, emotionally resonant image that doesn't necessarily push every single spec to its absolute limit.
Right. It gives us a certain confidence.
Yeah, baseline understanding of what we're working with. And this isn't just cameras, right? Think about buying a new laptop or even a high-end coffee machine. You instinctively look at the specs, don't you?
You absolutely do. It's an inherent human desire for some kind of objective validation, I think.
Okay.
We might say art is subjective. But when it comes to the tools of art, we often seek out these objective metrics.
Yeah.
And the article argues this inclination isn't a weakness, but actually a fundamental part of how we engage with precision instruments. It's a way of appreciating the craft that goes into making something that performs really well.
Okay, let's bring this idea down to earth a bit with a real-world example from the article.
Good idea.
The source uses the T-Tartison M28mm f5.6 lens to illustrate this point. Now, this is a specific piece of gear, unique technical aspects. How would a gearhead, or maybe just someone with that deeper appreciation for technical understanding, how would they approach evaluating a lens like that? Not just for their wallet, but for a specific photographic style.
Yeah, this example is perfect for bridging that gap between just raw specs and practical, maybe even artistic application.
Okay.
Eng's article helps us understand that based on its specifications and, typical reviews, this particular lens is described as a modern, vintage-looking manual lens that's affordably priced and well-suited for street photography.
Right, a lot packed in there.
A lot. And a true gearhead doesn't just read those words. They interpret the implications of each descriptor, especially within the context of street photography.
Okay, like what?
Well, for instance, manual focus isn't seen as a limitation. It's a deliberate choice. It forces a slower, maybe more intentional approach,
Right.
making the photographer more engaged with the scene, less reactive, perhaps.
And the focal length and aperture 28mm and f5.6, how do those specific numbers play into this street photography use case?
Good question. So a fixed 28mm focal length immediately tells you this lens is designed for a wide, immersive perspective, often favored by street photographers who want to capture the environment just as much as the subject. It pushes you to move your feet, to zoom with your body,
Yeah.
which arguably builds a deeper connection to the scene.
Makes sense.
And the f5.6 aperture, well, it's not fast for low light, obviously, but that implies a compact design.
Oh.
The larger depth of field, generally, and often incredible sharpness when stopped down just a bit. This makes it discreet, less intimidating for candid street shots, maybe, and it ensures more of your scene is likely in focus.
And the vintage-looking part, is that just style?
Well, not entirely.
Mhm.
That often hints at simpler optical designs, which can produce a unique character, maybe a specific rendering of out-of-focus areas, the bokeh, or perhaps a subtle color cast. things some artists actively seek out for a particular feel.
Okay, so you can really see how those specific technical descriptors like the fixed 28 millimeter, the slower f5.6, manual focus, that vintage look when you combine them with context from reviews and that deeper technical understanding.
Yeah.
It allows you, the potential buyer, to quickly gauge if it aligns with your needs. It's not just about one number like the f-stop.
No.
It's about the entire package of characteristics and how they collectively define the lens's personality and its purpose.
Precisely.
It enables a very specific kind of photographic expression, almost like forcing you into a particular creative rhythm.
Exactly. It goes way beyond just knowing what the numbers mean on a spec sheet. It's about understanding what those numbers and features imply for real-world usage
Right.
and how they fit into a specific photographic niche, like street photography in this case. It's about making informed choices that extend beyond simply liking the look of something or the price. This technical discernment allows you to choose a tool that truly enhances, rather than maybe hinders, your specific creative vision. It's really a testament to the power of informed technical understanding, kind of transforming into artistic empowerment.
So what does this all really mean for us? We've seen that the gearhead photographer isn't necessarily just focused on mechanics over art.
Yeah.
Rather, they see the engineering, the technical prowess as an integral, maybe even artistic part of the photographic process itself. It sort of expands our definition of what creativity can even be.
I think so, yeah.
And critically, this deep dive highlights that technical specifications play a much larger, often quite unconscious role in our equipment choices and our perception of quality than we might initially realize.
Right.
It's like this powerful undercurrent shaping our entire photographic journey.
And this exploration, it genuinely encourages us to consider the often overlooked value of technical understanding in any creative field, really.
Good point.
It reminds us that technical perfection and the masterful use of equipment can indeed be a legitimate form of artistic expression. It pushes us to appreciate not just the final visual output, but also the intelligence, the precision, the craftsmanship behind the tools that make that art possible in the first place.
Celebrating the ingenuity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Celebrating the ingenuity that enables our creative endeavors.
Okay, this leads us to our final provocative thought for you, the listener. How might a deeper technical understanding of the tools you use in any pursuit, really, whether it's photography, coding, cooking, music production, maybe carpentry, how might that transform your own creative process or your appreciation for the craft?
That's a great question to ponder.
What aspect of your tools, the very instruments you use daily, do you appreciate for its engineering, its design, just as much as its final output?
Yeah.
We encourage you to ponder this as you look at the world around you and the frankly incredible technology that enables our daily lives and our creative expressions. Thanks for diving deep with us today.